Do you hear your inner voice saying, I will do this later? Or I have so many other important things to do, I'll come back to this later. Or I am not good enough to do it. Or I'm not ready enough to do it yet. If the answer is yes, and you have tried multiple different ways to beat procrastination without any success, or it keeps coming back again and again, then keep watching this video, because in this video I'm going to share with you how I got rid of my habit of procrastination forever from my life. Yes, you heard it right, forever. So stick around. This video is divided into 4 parts. In the first part of the video, I will take you through the general definition of procrastination and, more importantly, what it means for you. In the second part of the video, you will learn about one crucial reason for why procrastination happens. And in the third part of the video, I will share with you a powerful 4-step process to beat procrastination. In the fourth part, we will discuss how positive affirmations can help prevent procrastination from coming back again and again. And I will also share with you 4 positive affirmations I designed specifically for procrastination. So let's get started. Now let's get the definition of procrastination out of the way. Procrastination simply means knowing what to do and not do it. Now grab a piece of paper, pen, and write down what procrastination means for you. For example, procrastination for me was putting things off to last minute, or making decisions off to last minute. Or I think the biggest one for me was struggling to get started on things, and also focusing on trivial things instead of actually focusing on what needs to be done. And it is really important for us to know what procrastination means for us, just so that we are aware when it happens, we can identify it, and then we can take actions accordingly. Another important thing to be aware of is whether it's a chronic procrastination or it's a temporary procrastination. So the difference is that chronic procrastination happens over a longer period of time, whereas temporary procrastination could just be a symptom of an underlying cause which you are going through at the moment. For example, are you going through burnout, or are you going through some other emotional event in your life that is causing you to procrastinate? In case it's a temporary procrastination, I would encourage you to first tackle the underlying cause and then move to resolving procrastination. So the key reason for procrastination is the lack of effective emotion management. Our emotions drives our actions, and when we are unable to manage those emotions well, it causes non-action, which is procrastination. I'll give you an example. So I had to prepare this creative presentation for one of my meetings, and I kept procrastinating that task. Now, if I look back and review my thoughts regarding that task, the first thought was the task required a lot of efforts and planning. And the second thought was I thought that I wasn't good enough to create this presentation. What if the products I present in the presentation, my manager doesn't like it, the team doesn't like it, and if that happens, that's going to ruin my reputation around it. So I had these 2 thoughts in my mind. Now, if I separate the emotions from these thoughts, what I come up with is the first one is the feeling of overwhelm, because I thought the task was too big to handle. And the second was a feeling of self-doubt, because I did not think I was good enough to do it. And so when I was avoiding this task, I wasn't actually avoiding this task, but what I was doing was avoiding experiencing those emotions of overwhelm and self-doubt, because that wasn't a good place to be in. So I kept avoiding that task, which means I kept procrastinating. So the real reason that causes procrastination is actually the emotions attached to the task, not the task itself. Okay, so what I want you to do now is pick up that pen and paper again and write down the most recent task that you procrastinated. Also write down what stopped you from doing that task, so your thoughts. And once you write down your thoughts, I want you to observe the emotions attached to the thoughts. Now I'm going to share with you that powerful four-step process that helped me beat procrastination. I just want to mention before moving into the process that in the beginning it might seem a bit longer. However, as you will do it, it will become easier and easier to the point where it will come naturally to you as soon as you identify procrastination. Now, there are four steps in the process. The first and the second step you have done already. Yes. So the first step is identifying the task that you're procrastinating, which you have done already. And the second step is to identify the emotions attached to the task, which you have just finished. So before we move on to the third step of this process, it is very important to understand what an emotion is. So, an emotion is energy in motion. So, it's basically just energy moving in our body, and that is called an emotion. So, if an energy is moving at a really high frequency, it is called a positive emotion. For example, love. And if the energy is moving at a really low frequency, it is called a negative emotion, for example, fear or anger. Now, energy can not be destroyed, it can only be transformed, which brings us to our third step. So, the third and the fourth step of this four-step process are to reframe your thoughts and then identify the emotions in the reframe thoughts. I'll give you an example. So, I said to myself that I know that I'm working really hard on this project for it to be the best it can be, and also I know that my manager trusts in my abilities. So as soon as I hear myself saying these things, as soon as I say to myself that I'm working on this as hard as possible, and for this project to be the best it can be, that just starts make me feel calm. So the emotion that we identify is feeling calm instead of feeling overwhelmed. And also, when I hear myself saying that my manager trusts in my abilities, I know that my manager trusts in my abilities, I start to feel confident instead of having self-doubt. So this is the four-step process basically to identify the task that you're procrastinating, and then asking yourself what's stopping you, like what are the thoughts that are stopping you from doing it, and then you identify the emotions attached to those thoughts. The next step is to reframe those thoughts and identify the new emotions attached to it. The new positive emotions attached to the task will prompt you naturally to take action. So as soon as I started feeling calm, I broke the task down into smaller parts, which resolve my problem of feeling overwhelmed, thinking the task is, oh my god, so big. I was in that calm state of mind and I was able to break the task down and then take action accordingly. And also, I did not have any self-doubt because I just kept saying to myself that no, I know that my manager trusts me in my abilities and I know that I can do it. So what I did was basically I transformed the negative energy or the low vibrating energy of negative emotions to the high vibrating energy of positive emotions to get the task done. Now, other than managing my emotions every time I encountered procrastination, I also wanted to do something so that I just get rid of it from my system altogether so it doesn't come back. And I successfully managed to do it as well by, so I did some research on positive affirmations, on the impact positive affirmations can have on our body and our system, on our mindset. This was an eye opener for me that every thought we create or every time we say something creates energy. And what happens with chronic procrastination is because we have been doing it for so long and we have done it like multiple times, so it has created huge energy around it in our system of procrastination. So what I did was I created some positive thoughts, which are called affirmations, specifically for procrastination, to beat procrastination. So what I did, I'm going to share those thoughts soon. So what I did was I repeated these thoughts like 20 times a day for almost like a month. multiple times, so that because I knew that every time I'm saying these thoughts, every time I'm thinking about these thoughts, I'm creating energy around it. So I repeated these thoughts so many times that it created energy powerful enough to overcome the energy of procrastination. Now, the key with affirmations is that you have to repeat these multiple times, right? I'm going to now share the 4 affirmations I created. I'm going to read it from my notebook. The affirmations are: I drop resistance. I am courageous. My courage takes me beyond all fears and resistance. I courageously embrace every challenge in life. So these are the 4 thoughts or statements that I kept repeating again and again. And now I'm at a stage where I don't procrastinate at all. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to the channel, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get a prompt when I post my next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.